need no recruits. Stay down when it's cloudy, not a sun. I just want the cheese like where the Packers be. Never move out west of Hollywood, that's where the actors be. Never trust again if you had ever turned your back on me. Heard you got that bag, well I must have a hefty guy on me. Yeah, count up the loot, yeah, count it up. Call up the troops, we coming through, we coming through, we coming through. Yeah, call up, count up the loot, yeah, count it up. Call up the troops, call up, we coming through, yeah, coming through. My chips with the dip. I jump like a running back, my hit sick. This is not for fake, this is not pretend. I was always like this, just a white boy from the ends. Yeah, what I drive is not a rental. No, I had a long day, so she gave me dental. 2 phone numbers, no phones on me. I can't trust nobody but my own body. Wish I was a nobody, not a known body. Take my whole body, then I make a carbon copy. I just get the bag, then I whoop. I just want the check like a swoosh. Yeah, hop right up the jet to the coupe. Don't gotta be all up in the loops when you're the loop. Yeah, count up the loop. Yeah, call up the troops. We coming through. We coming through. Count up the loop. Yeah, call up the troops. We coming through. Yeah, we coming through.
That sucks, guys. That sucks. I didn't have my voice on. Oh, man. Alright, I'll start again. I'll start again. Thanks for staying. I'm saying, oh my god, guys. That sucks. I was whole explanation explaining. Alright, we'll start again. Don't worry. We have time. That's sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Alright, we're good now. We're good now. We'll just start again. I didn't say much. Thanks for sticking, though. Thanks for sticking. All right, so the first question we got was from Samuel. He was asking weekly high and low. Now, weekly high and low, you just go on the weekly time frame and you mark your high. That's your weekly high and your weekly low. It's not that relevant to know your weekly high and low. What's more relevant actually is to know the previous weekly high and low. You see, because last week what ended up happening is we drove down, we broke the low. So that's automatically making us bearish, right? Because we're breaking structure. See, we have a lower high here and then there was a lower low. Let me show you that very carefully. Understand structure. A downtrend looks like this, right, guys? That's how a downtrend looks. We have a high, a lower low, right? So if on the weekly candle on lower time frames, it's actually a downtrend, right? Here's your high, here's your lower high, same like this on structure. Here's your low, and then here's your lower low. So this whole portion here was bearish. That's why we had a bearish bias. But what ended up happening is that same in the week before how this grabbed liquidity, this also did grab liquidity and push to the upside here. And we knew that from the daily before we could make any wrong decisions, and that's why lower time frames are very important. Uh, yeah, music is gonna be in the background. If you want me, I can turn down the music. No worries, man. It's just background music. I'll turn it down even more. Wait, you can't even hear that now. There. So now it's nice and soft. All right, so yeah, let's go on the daily time frame here, right? So on the daily time frame, what we've ended up doing here, actually that's a 2-day. What we then ended up doing here is you can see like we're kind of in a range here. You see all of these wicks accumulated. When you see wicks accumulated here, this is telling us we're in a range, and even the weekly hasn't broken the previous weekly high. So it's not telling us it wants to go up. It's not telling us it wants to go down. So we know we can take buys above the high and sells below the low. But I'm more inclined to buys because you can see here we have a low, higher low, but we have yet to make a higher high. So that means that what do we have to wait for? Well, obviously we'll have to wait for the high to break to be in the best position to win the trade. So this is where our high is going to come. And if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, like so, and we know that our daily high is going to be this one right here. So that's your daily high. So if we can get buys above that area, but we have this resistance here to the left on the 4-hour, so we'll just mark this off as 4-hour resistance. So this is your 4-hour resistance. We have a bit of resistance here, but we'll be trading above there hopefully. We'll mark off this as 4-hour resistance as well, like so. And then this we're going to mark as our daily resistance, right? So it's very important to have these. No, this is 4 hours, sorry. Very important to have these so you understand what's the relevance. And it's relevant. All different time frames are relevant. So now if we go on the 1-hour time frame and we see what we have here, we can see it's pushing up here. You can see this consolidation. What I was showing before my mic was muted. Can't believe that, guys. Is that normally when we have consolidation, we have a big breakout, right? If you look here, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, here, consolidation, breakout. What we're doing is something very similar to here, but we were on a downtrend here. See, we were trending down. So this move here was a fake out, grab liquidity to the upside before moving down. You can see once we started breaking below, we retested this area. This is where you want to be getting in on this retest. Boom. Catastrophic. Imagine holding that. You would have had some nice trade there. See what the 30-minute, what information. So we don't want to be trading in here. This 4-hour resistance, I mean, how much is this wick fill above here? It's 11 pips. And then what do we have here towards our left? We have this clean area here, which I do think we can start pushing above. That's another 10 pips above the daily high. If we start trading above there, I'll probably say if we can get above this area here, maybe we'd be good for buys, to be honest. I think we can push through here, stop loss break even, boom, 20 pips. Yeah, that seems the best option actually to get some buys, something like this, and we'll buys above here. Yeah, it's looking clean. Catch this wick. It is going to be a bit more riskier. I do want to be trading above the daily high, but every time price has closed above this area, we've seemed to be able to push up, right? If you look in the past, price closes above, able to push up, close above, able to push up. Price closes above that area, able to push up. Here, one iteration, you know, so seems like it's not a heavy resistance, and you also have to look at past data. Seems like we have made a very decent support here. Look how many times price has failed. So if we do end up coming down today, we can also look for sells. We're looking for sells into that area. I think once we break out of this area and we get a retest, we need a retest because of all of these wicks. You see how messy this area is? I think we could see some nice sells towards the downside. So we'll keep this area in mind here and we'll see what we can catch. And in this range here, you know, we do have this area here, but again, guys, you can see how price is moving here. You're not going to be able to trade in this range. I mean, if you were to take look, this looked like a clean trade, right? This is what I mean. You have to understand your place in the market. Look at this trade. If you saw the chart like this, you marked your resistance like this, you're like, all right, great close, come up, fill the range, you know, 11 pips, call it a day. And we take a long position like this on the break of this high. Our stop loss will be below the previous candle low, and we target up to the top of the range. Now watch what happened. Stopped. You know, was a clean trade, but you have to understand your place in the market, right? You have to understand what areas you have to trade, because if price is struggling in this area before, high chance it will struggle now. So you don't want to be trading in these areas. This is where you guys are going to lose money and blow your accounts. Even though you're following the same rules that I apply, you have to understand where in the market should you be trading, you know, and that's very important. Just remember, if you have any questions, guys, just ask the questions. I'm happy to answer. We'll have a look at gold here. Gold has been acting very, very weird. So let's have a chat about this flash crash. Gold dropped about $100, which is crazy, to be honest, crazy. And normally how I take it is that after such a move, I need to let it relax, you know, it needs to do. And if you look at something in the big scheme of things, it's been ranging, right? I really need gold to relax, and I want to be very careful with gold. So we'll look at the daily time frame. Is okay, here's a trick. When the candle closes doji like this, you have two options. You buy above the highs and sell below the lows. Those are your options, right? Only when it closes doji, because doji is not telling you anything. Doji is a candle where it's a reversal candle, right? It's where nothing happened during that day. Price went down during that day, went up during that day, and then closed where it started. So nothing happened, right? So the price is equal to where it was, right? Price opened here, it closed here, nothing has happened. Price wants to remain the same. So that means if we want to sell, we need structure to break below the low. And if we want to buy, we need structure to break above the high, right? And these are your two options when you have these doji candles, right? And yeah, very important. So what we're going to do is we have that in mind now on the daily time frame. We'll go check the 4 hour. Maybe 4 hours showing us. 4 hour is in a bearish structure, but technically it's not bearish until we close a 4 hour below this support, right? So this is 4 hour support. Just remember, guys, if you're enjoying, please like the stream. Really helps get it out, and I appreciate all likes because that's what I'm here doing. What's this message keeps getting retracted? What are you trying to say, Tenny? Ask it, no problem. Alright, so we have this 4 hour support. We're not bearish until we get below this support, to be honest. We have this 4 hour resistance all the way up here. So we'll see what we have on the 1 hour. Yeah, not very clean here. Let's see here, we have this support. Price driving down. Price wants to drive down, but it might want to make a support to continue bullish here. Yeah, gold is not really where you want it to be. I mean, we could have some downside movement, but this candle no bottom wick, very deadly. I think sells will only be an option below this area here, to be honest. Below here is where we'll be able to sell gold. Otherwise, I'm not touching it. Remember, it's had a flash crash. It needs time to recover. People don't know what to do with it. You know, traditionally, they should be buying it, to be honest. But we'll see. This is something that I might be looking at. And if I was to buy it, I really have to buy it. I think this popping back into this range would be your only option, to be honest. Yeah, this would be your only option, popping back into this range. See what pound yen is doing now. No worries, Danny, no worries. So yeah, if you have any question, guys, please ask. I'm really happy to help. This is why I do these live streams. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care how many people's watching. That's not what I do it. If I can help one person, I'm happy. You know, I'm here trading as it is. That's why I don't, you know, I don't try to compete with anyone. That's not my goal with YouTube. I'm not trying to make money off YouTube. I'm just having YouTube to create a community because it's how I can reach people, you know, because there's not much you can do from your house, right? You can't speak to much people. You have to get on a platform to try expand to different people. So yeah, also make sure to follow my Instagram. I'll be updating a lot on that Instagram. I just started it, and it's gonna be purely for trading. Any trading, like maybe some updates during the day, just, you know, flick it on a story, tell you what I'm looking at. It will be pretty good. So yeah, check that out, get involved. We can see what's going on. Yeah, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, it has been pumping. All right, so this is Bitcoin was really Ethereum was the clearer chart, to be honest, right? If we go on a daily, Ethereum was the clear, you know, had more clarity on the Ethereum chart. If you look at Ethereum, when Ethereum popped back into the range here, you could see that Ethereum was looking to catastrophically break down below 1.5, but it held this range here below these wicks. You can see right here, it held here. And then we had the EIP 1559, which was the London hard fork, and it was the upgrade, and that really put bullish momentum into Ethereum. And Ethereum, you know, popping above this range here, I don't see why it can't hit, you know, 3,380, you know what I mean? And then that led Bitcoin, because then Bitcoin also did this fake out here. But what you have to understand about this fake out is it did look like it was breaking structure, but what happened was is that on Bitcoin, wicks really do matter on Bitcoin, and we can see we were still within these wicks, so there's a lot of liquidity, and we had this boom bear trap back into the range. So my thoughts on Bitcoin is pretty simple, right? We have this bearish candle here. What I do think can happen on Bitcoin here is we have a high and we have a low, is that if Bitcoin is going to break this low today, I do think we can have a test down to about here around 42,000, and then maybe a quick pop up, maybe even, you know, come down and test around the 38. I would like to see a test around in this area again, just to solidify. Then you also get that type of formation, which will look pretty good. But what I do think is it's looking pretty bullish. 4 hours also looking pretty bullish here, very bullish, to be honest. What I do think is if we take out the previous daily high, I think we can have a move up today to about 37,000, and yeah, probably 47,000, and probably even touch 49,000 is a big possibility here. I do think that we can tap into these numbers, but we have to keep in mind that if you go on Bitcoin CME here, we have this gap here, right? So once this gap gets filled and this area gets touched, then I do expect a pullback, right? But what if Bitcoin really wants to go full bullish, like crazy bullish, it needs to close above this 50, these wicks here. You see in the past, where we've had resistance, resistance, and here. We need to see a closure above here. If that happens, then I think we only get a retest to like 47 or 45, and then it continues up to all-time highs. But we'll all see. It all depends on, at some point Bitcoin is going to make another retracement, and it all depends if Bitcoin retracement can hold and continue up, right? Because what we really want to see is we want to see a retracement on the weekly time frame. That's what's really going to tell us. A retracement on a weekly time frame is going to tell us, you know, the most information. Anyways, let's get back to Forex. Let's see what's going on. Boring, huh, guys? Look at this. This is the problem with GJ, huh, these days. I had nice movement the week before, and now it's just ranging. See what gold is doing. Do I normally consider? No, I don't. I don't look at other pairs because simply it confuses me. I just concentrate on the one pair compared to like Euro GBP. Uh, I really don't think that it makes such a difference. Like you don't have to consider it because what you're presented on the chart, I see more accuracy just looking at one pair. I used to in the past used to look at pairs. I used to do Dixie and when I was trading Euro dollar and stuff because they used to normally trade opposite, but it would just get so confusing because you don't know which one to analyze, right? So what I found is actually if you just concentrate on one pair at a time, like not looking at both, then it's actually quite beneficial. Hello, hello. How do I say your name? Let me try. Senurada. Ooh, hard to say. It's hard to say. Let me try. Let me try. Uh, Senuradaj. Is that correct? If I said your name wrong, forgive me. So let's see if we can get a trade. I really want to get a trade with you guys. We'll open a nice position and we'll take an easy trade. I'll be doing these streams once a week, every Tuesday. I know today's Wednesday, but yesterday I was supposed to have a meeting and then it got cancelled. So now I'm gonna fit in my schedule every single Tuesday live streams. Hopefully we get a trade together during that day, but it's basically a day where you guys can watch me trade, learn, and ask questions live on the charts, and we can, yeah, just benefit. Also, you know, if anyone wants to join, it's good. So don't be late on Tuesdays. I expect to see you guys here. Anytime, anytime, Duncan. Let's have a look at 5-minute structure. What is it doing? Wow. Low volume. What time is it here? Alright, in 15 minutes, guys, we have London Open. And maybe London Open, we'll see a volume push. I think if we can break above this high, we can see 153.202 tapped. Yeah, once we break above this high. But we need a bottom wick first. Gold made a support continuing bullish now. I really want to see this on the 30-minute. What type of range do we have? Not enough range. This is also why I didn't want to stream yesterday. Yesterday, London session, this is what we were doing last London session here. And then we broke out towards the end of London. And now this London session. Are we going to see something similar? I wonder. But this is essentially your Asian range here. This is what's happened during Asian session. And technically you can take buys once we see support made above the range, or sells once we see resistance made below the range. Very possible. Only problem is our stop loss has to be at the top of the range. Let's see if we can break this 15-minute high. Then we'll see some price action. We'll see how price is moving. Just at the high here. See 5-minute. What 5-minute doing? Should be able to get a small move. Didn't break the high yet. So yeah, as I said, gold made that support, breaking the high now. Yeah, this should be able to continue up at least to 1733.010 and maybe even up here to 1734. Reason I didn't want to take buys here is because of a lot of resistance in this area. Don't know how price is going to react. Stop loss is also 18 pips. It's quite a big stop loss for only, I mean, 26 target, but you have this resistance to worry about. You have this resistance to worry about. This one, you know, it's a dirty area here. Also, this could just be a retest, another higher low to continue moving down to tap into 1726, spot 164. So didn't break the high yet, technically. Can you please tell us the difference between price action and different methods? Yeah, great question, man. Great question. I'll tell you now. So you have many different methods of trading. You have price action, which you're looking at candles, looking at structure of the market. And to be honest, some of the best institutional traders and stuff like this, they trade. You know what's really messes up with my mind is that you have, you know, smart money concepts. Smart money concepts, the institutional traders are not using smart money concepts. So why are you trying to trade with them? They don't use those concepts. They use algorithms that cost millions and millions of dollars. So smart money concepts, you know, they do have a place, they do have a reasoning. It's just another way to look at price action, which is more complicated. And I believe that smart money concept trading is a trading style that really needs to be, you know, you cannot prove that this is what the institutions are doing. There's no proof, right? Because their algorithms, if you knew better than their algorithms, which are robots, then you would be a very rich person, right? So I don't really agree with that. Secondly, is price action is looking at pure structure. This is how, if you have people working on Wall Street, I know someone who used to work on Wall Street. He used to work for ARK Investments and trades price action. They use a few indicators because that's how they're traditionally taught, but at the majority is price action. And why they trade price action? Because that's what's given to you on the charts. Price action is basically looking at the candles, looking at structure, and making, you know, an high probability guess based on what the chart is telling you, not based on a concept that's made outside of the chart. It's just telling you what is exactly happening on the chart. You know, higher highs, higher lows, an uptrend. If price does this, it's basically, to put it simply, it's looking, how do I put it very simply? It is looking at what candles are doing and what they've done in the past, and that's the actual price action, right? And that's what they do. It's very hard to wait. Give me a second to explain a way of explaining price action in a simple way. Let me see. Price action is the movement of candles. That's it. Candles and market structure. And that's the main thing you need to know in trading. If we take price action versus smart money concepts, let's say price action is the movement of candles. Smart money concepts is a type of price action, but it's more the filling of zones, imbalances, order blocks, liquidity. It's in the word, right? Price action is the action, so what price is doing. Smart money concepts or smart money trading is the concepts that lead into price action. So those are the differences. Personally, I prefer a price action trading because you can develop what you want to do, right? I want to secure 10 pips, be done for the day. That's all I want to trade, right? And people think, this is the biggest mistake you guys make, is that people think you need 1,000 pips. And a lot of people, when they hear about price action trading and then we're only catching 10 pips, they think it's a waste of time because we're only catching 10 pips, right? They think, what's the point of catching 10 pips? It's a waste of time. But at the end of the day, what you have to understand is that we're increasing lot size because our stop loss. Yeah, okay, you increase, you can catch 100 pips, but then your stop loss is 50 pips, right? So it's the same at the end of the day, is that we're just using bigger lot sizes. Also, you have to hold through 100 pips. There's a much more high probability, right, that you can catch 20 pips, 10 to 20 pips here. Look, this is 30 pip move. Be done for the day instead of trying to catch a 100 pip move, waiting for one trade, and then maybe that trade comes back to your entry, or you only be able to catch half. There's so many different probabilities, and if you can't, so you need to create something that's consistent. And what's consistent is catching a low amount of pips, but you can increase your lot size, of course, to have more profit. Indicators, you don't really need indicators. Indicators tell you what is happening, right? Already what is. So indicators are made based on these candles here, right? They're just a different way to see it. You can see volume, you can see momentum. So if you need that to help you, I would say in Forex, I don't use indicators because they don't really help me. I can already see, like, here we have price turning up. If I was to bring up a stochastic, see, it's the same thing. It's showing me the same thing as what I can see here, right? So it's just telling me it's coming to a high zone here. What high zone is that coming to? This resistance here. Look, it's showing me this resistance, which is this zone here, right? And it's showing me it's coming to that zone. So you can really see that, right? So I don't really use indicators. I don't need them. I haven't found them useful. I don't feel like they give me an edge. Uh, Depends, in crypto, I do think indicators can help a little bit. Look, Bitcoin at 46,000 here. So yeah, you don't really need indicators. See what gold is doing. Has it pushed up? Ooh, gold came down here. This is what I was saying, guys. You have all this resistance, right? This is why we don't want to take the buys. Look, directly back to the entry. Come on, GG. Move. Time is it? 5 minutes to London Open. Let's see if we can get a push. Bottom wick now. Re-breaking the high. I do think that this can push up a little bit here. See what happens in London Open. Let's get in the chat what do we have here? Can we use price action with synthetic indices? If yes, do you mind helping us start it up? Many thanks. What synthetic indices? Give me an example of a synthetic indice. Price action works with any chart. If you have a chart, you can use price action. Price action is the movement of candles. No matter what it is, oil, gold, indices, stocks, anything, price action will work. CMEs, futures, to work. Works with anything. Gonna put my phone on charge here. Let me know in the chat here. Volatility 75. I can search that here. Let's see. This one, volatility index. Is this the correct one? Which one? What is this volatility? What? Look at these gaps. This doesn't trade for so long. Hell is that, man? Don't want to see. That's an ugly chart. Interesting. Yeah, of course it can work. Of course it can work. Price action will work with any chart. Any type of chart you have, price action will work. It doesn't really matter, right? If it has candles and not crazy gaps, like, then it will work 100%. I don't see why it won't work. Same concepts, apply them in it, and you let me know if they work. They should work. It's price action at the end of the day. It's nothing fancy, right? I'm not doing anything complicated. I'm looking at how candles move. I'm looking at how candles moved in the past. I'm looking at how candles have created liquidity to drive price in a certain direction. I'm looking at structure. I'm looking at the money flow. You can see low money flow. You understand all of these concepts you put together? Not concepts, it's just ideas. You want to be trading when there's high volume. There's high volume. How long have I been trading? See, this question is interesting, right? And a lot of people ask this question, how long have you been trading? But the real question is, how long have you seriously been trading, right? Because I can say I've been trading for 4 years, and 4 years ago, I was had MetaTrader 4 on my phone, and when I saw a candle go up, I would press buy, and I would wait and see what happens. Then I would see it was going in loss, so then I would press sell. So I didn't know what I was doing. But if I'm seriously trading, like very like to a point where I'm actually know what I was doing, I'd say I'm probably doing it now for about. Well, you see, I was trading before in crypto, so trading Forex probably about bit more than a bit more than a year, and then in crypto another year in crypto first, and then I came to Forex. So yeah. Here we have London Open, no bottom wick. I do think that this should come down and make a bottom wick first. Nice, we had someone come in here and press a dislike. Very good person. So yeah, it made a bottom wick. See if it can do anything. It's really boring. Really slow price action. See guys, I'll teach you something. In life, people don't want to see you succeed. Trust me. People around you don't want to see you succeed. Because of jealousy, because they're not in the right point, because they're not doing anything. So if you ever have someone who makes you feel like, you're doing the wrong thing, or you're wasting your time, or like, one of the worst questions I used to get when I used to tell people that I trade is like, how much money do you make? It's like that's how they judge you. It's not about your journey, what you're doing. It's like, how much money do you make? But at the end of the day, guys, what you have to understand is it's not you have to leave these people. They're not going to benefit you. They're going to make you feel like you're doing the wrong thing, when really all you had to do, it's like that story of like, you're trying to climb the mountain, but there's clouds, and you don't know how high the top is, but it was only like a couple of kilometers. You know what I mean? So you really have to understand that no matter what people are saying, no matter what you're getting, just keep the negativity away. These people will never help you. They don't do anything, right? Because it's only actions. It's words that they say, and actions, they don't mean anything, right? It's just you versus you. And if you keep that in your mind, really you can achieve anything, whether it's in trading, in business, or anything. You guys can achieve anything. It's just you have to put your mind to it, and you'll reach there. But don't worry about what people are saying, what friends are saying. Friends say, why do you trade Forex? You're just losing money. You're wasting your time. It's not a waste of time. They just don't understand. They just don't understand. They really, it won't help you in your journey. I used to get the same. I used to think when I was starting trading, I used to think like, why am I doing this? Is there a reason I should be trading? I'm doing something to lose money, you know, but in school you were losing money, by the way, guys. All of you who went to school, you were losing money. Because in school you were learning stuff, but it wasn't making you money. Am I right or am I wrong? The stuff you learned in school was not making you money. They expect you to finish school and make money. It's the same on charts, same in business. You have to learn the skill which is costing you money, costing you loss. Once you've learned, then you make money. It's the same concept. Life works the same. But this is different because you don't have, you know, a whole structure around it. You have to discover and learn by yourself. Yeah, my first year of trading, did I ever think of giving up? Well, yeah, in at one point, yeah, I did. Not first year. I would think actually a bit more than my first year. Yeah, I was like, forgot when it was, but I do remember how it was. I think I took like I was learning. I just I wasn't entering properly, and I took like I think 3, 4 losses in a row, and I'm like, why am I doing this? You know? But my analysis was right. Every day the direction of the market was correct. I just couldn't enter in the market. It was like every day I would say, okay, today price should continue up, blah blah blah. Every day price would continue up. I enter a trade, it goes the opposite way from me. And the reason why that happened was I was not considering structure, timing, and also your entry of the market. I was entering, you know, somewhere like here. I would say, okay, price should continue up here, right? And I was trying to enter the market here. But really, you have to understand the market made a big push, wait for the retrace, then try catch the entry. You know, that's what you have to understand. So then, yeah, I did think of giving up. I was like, why should I trade? Am I wasting my time? But then you know what I found out? It's like if okay, when you stick you know your head in one thing and want to get good at something, let's say if I stop trading, what am I gonna do? Right? Like if you stop trading and you have something to go and get good at, it's gonna be the same journey. You're gonna have problems, except you're starting from ground zero again. You're starting right from the beginning, which is really annoying. So instead of starting from the beginning, you just have to keep pushing through. You know, there'll be stages where you go from always losing to break even. You'll break even in your trades most of the time, then slightly profitable into loss, into profit, into loss, into profit, into loss. Then suddenly it will start coming, and then you see win, 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 two loss, win, 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 loss, win, and then your wins will be more than your losses, and then it only goes up from there, you know? And if you don't have capital on your hand, you can invest, you know, into taking a funding account, and then you have a side income. But please, guys, don't rely on trading as a full-time income. You know, do other things. It's only 3 hours, you know. Today, look, I'm only chatting with you. I love helping you guys, and I love helping you guys, so that's why I'm here. But if on my other days, now I'd be going and working on my other businesses, right? Because look at this time, there's nothing here. I would be putting an alert like this, add alert, you know, and I would let this alert come here like this, save, put a one more alert below here. In this range, I don't want to trade, go and do whatever I want to do, right? You know, today I expected some volume because if we look at the news here, we have, you know, CPI coming, you know, so this is why gold probably will range, right? Gold will range till this news. Who were traders that inspired me? I had a lot of mentors when I started trading. So many. I looked at so many people and then I took all the knowledge. I read articles online. I actually, one really good guy who, when I started trading, that he wasn't into Forex, but you know, trading applies to everywhere. His name is Crown Crypto. He's into crypto trading. So look at him. He helped me. He trades price action with indicators, but in his videos he does analysis with a lot of indicators, but when he actually trades, He doesn't use much indicators. But I learned quite a bit from him. I just used to search YouTube videos, keep watching videos, test and try, test and try. And if something didn't work, I would try to make it better and understand why it didn't work. Then I would go learn from different things, right? And I learned price action. So price action, the actual price action trading, was introduced by Crown, that guy who I told you about, and he trades crypto. And after I learned price action trading, then after that I just started researching and watching, online, and then I started developing, my own skills and from stuff I've looked at the past, and then I really understood. And then it's like, if I do that, that happens. If I do that, that happens. Okay, that's a good. You learn from everyone. No one owns anything. What I've learned from other people. Those people have learned from other people. Some stuff I've learned myself. The only difference between these people is how you execute it and what's your real technique, right? That's what's the difference is. I think my camera's just run out of charge, guys. Yeah, I think my camera's run out of charge. Let me know if my camera's run out of charge. Stupid camera, come on. Yep, camera's out. Ah, no worries, no worries. I mean, there's not much going on. I think I'll call it a day, really. I mean, if you guys don't have, yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's not much happening. We're back every single Tuesday, right? So every Tuesday, don't be late. Join the streams. Trust me, it's fun. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Really helps the channel and helps me reach more people so I can give this knowledge that I was giving you today and let people ask questions. Biggest problem in Forex is that you want to ask these people, but they're too busy showing you all their Lamborghinis on Instagram. They're not busy enough helping you and showing you charts. So I want to get that out there and just help more people. So smash that like button if you haven't smashed that like button. Really helps. And yeah, so I'm just gonna, before you guys leave, this is what you want to look for, right? So if price is gonna do anything here on GBP JPY, what we want to see is we want to preferably see price come up here and preferably around this resistance, make a resistance here like this. All right, once making a resistance, we want to see it close above this range here, and I think you could get a push to here with volume, right? It needs to be during a volume time, but you need this resistance first. If it just moves straight up from here, it will do something like this, right? You will get caught in this pullback. You see, you will get caught in this pullback, so make sure it does that. If pound yen wants to continue bearish, you need to see it preferably get below these wicks. Ideally, if it's going to just push to the range, you have to see structure change to bearish. Once it starts trading below this area, get a closure. You need to see 5-minute structure. You need to see 5-minute structure, go and form a resistance to continue down. And that's it. Yeah, guys. So, with that being said, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Thanks for joining. You guys have a good one as well. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate you guys taking the time to join. Hopefully something will actually happen. And until next time, take care, guys.